Well, YCS Dusseldorf has came to an end. That's right, the whole two YCSs in the same weekend. And I think only Europe could probably have executed this. Might have been a bonfire on our side of the States. Interesting discussion for that for another paradigm. But we have a discussion to dig into about YCS Dusseldorf and, well, the implications on the format, a little of the fun, fancy stuff, and just more about covering from additional yesterday's video. Let's dig on into this discussion, shall we? Well, I secretly was rooting for Orcust, and I made a point in my discussion yesterday to say, well, hey, like, I wouldn't be surprised if this deck kind of came out of nowhere and stole the event. And wow, it's like I'm a fucking mind reader or something. So, I gotta give it up to Thomas Rose. This man did it. Like, I look at this deck on paper and I'm like, huh, this is very interesting. And I'll give my analysis on the deck later today about 5 o'clock, when we normally do more metagamey stuff like that. But anyway, what we kind of forgot about the Aqua Dolphin loop. So, Pathfinder plus Aqua Dolphin, in literally no matter what deck you're playing, is rip X card from your opponent's hand. Everybody kind of forgot about that. So to kind of see it being separated from the Warrior Toolbox, I mean, we've kind of come down to this montage of really good stuff being put in the deck. Phantasmes, Prankatops. Like, we have a lot of good staple cards. And, of course, we have Azathoth. Come on, guys. Did you really think that we would have forgotten about this card? I had hoped we would have, but Kali King Yugioh just kind of disappeared. I don't know where the hell that guy went. I haven't seen him. Did Pendulum even have success at this event? I don't know what the top 8 rogue were besides 1 or 2 of them at this point in time, but man, we just kind of thought about it. Now, of course, with current priority rulings, if you have quick play magic set, your opponent takes their turn, they maintain the first action in the main phase, so they can hand you a kaiju, they can summon Denko. Let's be honest, the amount of times that quick play spell card is resolving is astronomically low in the current format. But yeah, congratulations, Orcust. We don't even have Dingrisu yet, and this deck is already being an issue. What a real shocker there. Now, there were a few other strange things that kind of popped at me from this event. The other one was we had a Blueeyes deck make top 64. Now, unfortunately, you know, not getting past top 64, it's fine. I'm not going to complain about it. But he was packing 3 Ogopogo, 3 Bird, and 3 copies of Bigfoot. He's accessing the level 8 side of the equation and doing things. And his deck was 33 monsters. All right. Maximilian Craft definitely showed a different side to Blueeyes. He definitely showed that the deck can adapt towards the heavier monster count side of things. Because right now, these heavy monster count decks aren't a bad thing in the game. Actually, I would almost argue that they're exploring more innovation and things like that. But let's be honest, I'll pay Dark Matter Dragon. A lot of the plays that Blueeyes can do. Also, I mean, get super cheeky with Chaos Emperor Dragon now that it's back. But the Dragon Toolbox is just ridiculous. And I'm shocked at the same time that I'm not really shocked, because Goliath is a really good card. And if you win enough dice rolls throughout your day, you're bound to have success. I definitely don't want to take anything away from Maximilian, because fucking Blue Eyes White Dragon in the year 2019. He did it. He did something that I think a lot of people wish they would have got the chance to do. And for that, fuck it, man. Blue Eyes White Dragon, the deck, made it in 2019. All because of Alpay and company. Interesting. I don't know. There was just, when you have this many people and the format is as wide open as it is, and the fact that Salamangreat over here has a, I've heard, I can't confirm this, but a lot of people are like, oh yeah, the deck has a really tough time against a rogue. Now, why might that be? I mean, the deck does have an issue with something like Blueeyes. I'm going to be honest with you. Any deck that can kind of just keep slamming large monsters on the field is going to have an issue. And I can understand that, but Salamangreat had the highest representation going into day one. It surpassed Thunder Dragon. It surpassed Sky Strikers. Sky Strikers were the highest represented deck in round one at YCS Dusseldorf. And that's not terrible. But I think a lot of people right now are also in agreement that when you make a budget deck, you make good budget options and things like that, a lot of players are bound to come out to your event. And I'll agree with that. If anything, that's the conclusion we can draw from the amount of Salamangreat players that were present at this event. That, hey, you make an affordable, cheap deck that a lot of players can get their hands on? Absolutely. You can expect to see players come out in troves. Now, the downside to this equation is this deck just put a target on its back with the highest representation. I have a feeling that if this continues, America's probably going to look at this deck and say, we gotta do something about this. This deck, does it remind you of Monarchs? Because it reminds me of Monarchs. Alright, and you guys know we had to check that deck right away. But, what do I know about the game? But yeah, I'm going to stick to my opinion for a very long time on this, because when you have high representation, things like that, you do put a target on your back. So we'll see where this goes if Salamangreat actually get the chance to survive through the next block. So, other interesting things to come out of this event. YCS Dusseldorf was won by Sky Striker. And yesterday I made the video and I included Sky Striker is dying in the thing. And a lot of people are like, oh, we don't want to feel bad. It wasn't meant to make me, make you feel bad for me. Sky Striker representation is going down. The definition of dying is deceasing. The number is falling. The once held time for the deck is going down. And the format is shifting and evolving. And so many people, let's be honest here, all right, from one Sky Striker player to the rest of you guys, it wasn't that hard to figure out how to beat the deck. So many people already have built-in outs to the deck. It's crazy, actually, just to kind of see what's coming out of this right now. So no, I am not shocked about players figuring it out. Wasn't quite that hard. Natty Beast, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, large boss monsters, Imperial Order. There are a lot of things right now that shit on the deck. So no, it's not feel bad for the Sky Striker player. It's you guys figured out the formula, continue to play with said algorithm to stop the deck, and you'll be fine. Keep Sky Strikers checked in the corner, because if that deck starts to kind of wander on out, you'll have issues. But yeah, it did win YCS Dusseldorf. They had, 450 to 600 people? I don't know which number was which. I've heard both at this point in time. Just know that the second YCS, the equivalent to a regional, not really a shocker there, was won by Sky Striker. So, deck's still there. It's just the numbers are dying, and it's really proving. So, final thoughts on this YCS. Super Poly is a fucking good card. I've already heard people talking about, oh my god, Super Poly needs to be limited. It's already limited, guys. Come on. It needs to be banned. Come on. Alright, I kind of want to push the bill for double Super Poly for next format, just because the card's pretty nuts. It does say discard a card to activate it, and it denies your opponent the ability to interrupt and chain to it. I think that's honestly the best reason why the card's good. If my opponent could fucking rage or roar that, or actually to roar that, I wouldn't be having a good time. So having a card in the game like that isn't bad. So Super Poly made such a huge impact this weekend. I don't even think people kind of really realize that. Yes, it's a one-of. Yes, you gotta draw it. Yes, I understand that, guys. Come on now. But at the end of the day, hot diggity dang, watching that card resolve, it was so beautiful. So take note of this. If you're not playing if you're not playing Super Poly to beat these decks, making some sort of whatever fusion you feel you need for the Salamangreat matchup, obviously the good one. Grab it, play it. All right, we proved that the card has its worth, and yeah, outside of that, very dice roll format. All right, I hope you guys love shooting dice for wins because it's literally all this is right now. I didn't see hardly any decks being able to break these boards that players were setting up. Hand Traps had great representation. Draw and Lockbird, fan-fucking-tastic card. But man, oh man, this was just an event. So guys, please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about the YCS in general. And, well guys, I am out. Take care. Peace.
The ride never, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.